Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen, and there's Gretchen's last name. That way, if you'd like to find any of these artists, there's the information to find them. That was a really upswing. Like, woo, are we having fun? Maybe we are having fun. Are we having fun? Something tells me we are. Dun 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 dun. Healing at the end. Healing? Well, let's see. I think it feels good. I feel like you're not going to have, like, a bad time with this situation. There's a lot of, like, wondering and, you know, commiserating. I'm saying that word not knowing what it means right off the top of my head. I've used that word before. I hate when that happens. Like, part of my brain just shuts off and I'm just like, vocabulary, what is that? It's just, I want to say commiserating, but I can't bring up the thought of, like, what it means. That's annoying. Every now and then that happens to me. That's fun. Coming into this, you have miracle with enlightenment. Which to me, it's kind of like you're having like a shift of opinion, or the way you're looking at a situation is shifting. Something that usually you don't really like, or somebody who they just don't sit with you well. You just don't like how they do things. Like, I feel like if this person usually gets on your nerves. But you're seeing them in a different light, and that's the miracle. The miracle with the enlightenment, kind of like, well, maybe they're not that bad. And it's one of those things where you're like, I didn't think I'd ever see this person in this other light. But it might be one of those things where somebody drives you crazy and you think they're really kind of bulldogish, or they're kind of a little bit of a bully. And maybe then you see them in their personal life where they have 5 kids to take care of, a couple, nieces and nephews, they're helping their parents, and they're constantly running, constantly having to take care of everybody. And you're looking at this kind of like, well, seeing that perspective, I can understand where they would get in that mode and have a hard time getting out of it. So, I'm not saying the energy is easier to deal with, I just feel like you have a different perspective of the same person. And you're looking at their life like, well, you know what? Maybe there's a reason for this. Maybe I can understand why they're the way they are. And it makes more sense to me. Maybe if I was in their shoes, well, I don't know if I could stand that if I was in their shoes, because I think I'd smack the crap out of most of these people. But still, the way they're handling it, I can understand it. I feel like that you're watching something they're doing. It seems like it's in a personal arena, and you're like, I wouldn't tolerate that. But the fact that they are, I can understand why this would make them the way they are. I wouldn't handle it that way, though. But it still gives you a different perspective, and it kind of makes you feel better about this person a little bit. Kind of like they don't drive you as nuts. You kind of see them, like, from this moment forward, you're kind of like, all right, they're doing that thing again. It's just who they are, and you kind of like just disconnect from it emotionally, like that's them. I'm not going to take it personally. They have perseverance. I feel like this is a big piece about what's going on with this person. Like, they're constantly fighting to stay ahead, constantly fighting to stay afloat. For some reason, you catch into this and you see that that's what's really going on. That attitude, that way that they live life, you don't really care for it. It's really obnoxious to you. But they're doing something really good in their own life. They're doing what they feel they need to. They're doing it different than you would, but still, they're owning it. And you're like, all right, it's fine. Do you want to go and hang out with this person and have lunch? Not too likely. But still, you have a better opinion of them than you did previously. As time keeps going on with this person, I feel like you're seeing the value of them. Still, I don't see you like wanting to hang out and have lunch and just shoot the breeze. I don't feel like that's your thing with this person. Like, just hanging out and having a good time, that's not really the connection you have with this person. But the fact that when they say they're going to do something, they do it. They may do it their own way, but still, they get it done. You can depend on them to do what they say they're going to do. You like that. And you're starting to see more positive qualities of this person. You're like, these positive qualities fit here. I'm still not seeing you hang out with them like a friend, but still, maybe they are a friend energy, but I don't know. There's certain context where they fit very well, and you're like, I'm just going to use this in an asset type way. For some of you, this is like somebody who married into your family or something like that. I don't know if it would be a sibling. It could be if you're not really close to them, but it's just one of those things where in certain context, cool. Hanging out and just like sitting by a fire and talking all night, probably not. But, you know, there's a certain context here where you like this person. They know it. You're treating them in a different way and they know it. You're seeing some value in them. To you, I don't feel like you're noticing how much your energy has changed. This other person, they feel like you're honoring them, you're seeing the good that they do. This, like, you're lifting this person's spirits. They really are. It really makes them feel good. I don't see you, like, setting out to do it. It's just the effect. Like, you're acknowledging, like, they're good at this and they're good at that. I don't want to hang out and have coffee with them, but still, they're good at these things. It makes this person feel like $1,000,000. They like that recognition. I don't even know if you're saying it right to their face or not, but somehow they're realizing it. Things get really good between you and this person for a little while. And even though you don't really want to hang out and have lunch or whatever with this person, you might end up doing something like that. Because I'm getting facade with the Ten of Cups. They seem to be inviting you to things or wanting to hang out with you more. And I feel like you don't want to knock down the house of cards here. You're just kind of like, all right, I mean, I guess that's fine. You do that. Facade is telling me you don't really want to, but you realize that this person is really liking this energy, so you're like, I'll give it a shot. Like, it's one of those things like, I guess I can give it a shot. It doesn't matter. You also, I feel like in the same token, if you're going to lunch with this person, you're like, yeah, let's bring 5 other people with us. Like, you're making it like a group thing is what I'm feeling. Kind of like, yeah, I'll make it a group thing. Well, I'll bring a couple other people along too. That way it won't matter. I don't want to be kind of like just like me and this person. I don't want to do that. But I'll bring some other people. We can make this nice. That's fine. They keep trying to make... I was like, really? Yeah, they're going to keep trying to invite you to things. They like you. They like you. They think you're a really great person. Their personality does not match with your personality. You seem to be right on point with that. You just see it for what it is. Like, our personalities don't match. They don't seem to see it that way. They want to be closer to you. As it keeps going farther and farther forward, you're trying to push it off more. I feel like you're probably explaining to other people, like, yeah, I see good qualities in this person, and I don't want to knock them down, but I really don't want to hang out with them that much either. I mean, I respect them for these things, but I'm not looking to spend all this time with them. And I feel like you might be telling the right people that information is probably going to get back to that other person. Literally, they have the discovery card there, which, like, they're going to discover the truth. Like, you're not all about hanging out with them 24/7. It's not what you're looking for. You're not really into it. You're not. I feel like you're really not. Alright, so this might qualify as a dark blessing. Somebody that you said something to told this person that you don't really like hanging out with them. Confusion on your side, because you're going to realize that this person's attitude towards you, or they just seem to be looking at you like they're hurt or like they're upset, and they stop, all of a sudden, like, they abruptly stop. They just abruptly stop, pulling you into things and asking you to do this and asking you to do that. It's an abrupt stop, and you're just like, at first you're like, wait, why? Why did that happen? And I feel like the truth will come to you. The person who said it might even own up to it and say, yeah, I told them that you don't really like hanging out with them. And I feel like you're kind of like, I didn't ask you to do that. If I wanted them to know that, I would have told them that. I don't see you liking that at first. And for a little bit, it's kind of like things are weird between you and this person. There's like nothing really seems to be happening. No communication. It's just like everything stopped abruptly. You're just kind of waiting it out, kind of like you don't want to go over there and like rub it in their face that is the truth. That's not really what you're looking for right now. but at the same time, you're not looking to like hang out with this person again. It's taking them some time to get used to it. The bittersweet is kind of like you did like. There's certain qualities you do like about this person. Again, I don't see you wanting to hang out with them. They seem to be getting on point. Somebody else seems to be trying to help them work through it. Somebody else seems to be saying, you know what, the Scorpio does think you do these few things well, and they do have respect for you for that. But, you know, not everybody's personalities match. They respect you, but the fact that they don't want to hang out with you all the time, that's not the worst thing. There seems to be some weird energy that gets worked out, and I'm kind of curious how this actually happens, to tell you the truth. Because you got the Knight of Wands, and I'm feeling like there's some type of just kind of like, it feels really weird to me, kind of like, yeah, no, I do believe you do this well, and I do believe you do that well, but, you know, we don't need to hang out all the time. The Prince of Wands is some other event comes forward. It's almost, I don't know if it's something else, somebody else is pulling you two together, or there's something previously agreed to that, like, before they realize that you don't really like hanging out with them, you both agreed to. Something comes forward, but it's the Prince of Wands, though, so it's usually like out of nowhere. It's usually like a lightning strike. So something is pulling you two together. I feel like you're working this out. You're being very gracious with this person. You don't want them to feel bad. There's no reason for you to want that. Like, that's not your goal. So you're trying to be honest, but you're trying to keep them uplifted at the same time. Kind of like, no, I do really think you do these things well. Just, you know, and hanging out once in a while is okay. I just don't think we mesh on most things. It seems you're not looking to make this person feel bad, but you don't want to give a false impression. It's really a weird mix here. It's a weird mix, a weird energy. The way this is ending is there is some healing with the Four of Swords. I do feel like that's some healing. I also feel like it's kind of like things just kind of ending up in a weird kind of like you're hanging out once in a while. It's just kind of like going through it and dealing with it type feel. Wisdom is like there's good with this person. You want to keep them around, but there's also guilt here. Like I'm not looking to make them feel bad. But also on the other side, they're kind of like feeling guilty. Like, is there something about my personality that people don't like? It ends weird. But the fact that the Four of Swords is there, I do feel like there's some healing there. I feel like you're both growing noticeably, like a spiritual growth on both sides. You're just trying to be honest but not hurt somebody with your honesty. It takes a lot of strength because you could flatten somebody if you want to. That's not your goal with this person. This other person, on the other hand, needs to understand that they can be liked, but they don't have to be loved. I don't know if that doesn't come out right, does it? They can be liked, but doesn't mean they have to be around that person all the time. Like, no, seeing somebody once in a while, that's good. But like, I feel like they have to get more comfortable and like kind of like reassess their own energy, and just kind of like, why don't people want to be around me 24/7? And maybe just do a little self audit themselves. And I feel like they're gonna kind of like, why does this happen? Because you're not the only person that has this reaction to them. And I feel like the fact that you're being gracious to them and trying to help them through it in a sense, because you're being honest, like, I do think this is good and that's good, but I don't want to hang out all the time. You're giving them a chance to grow from this. So I feel like it ends well. You have to make up your own mind if you think it ends well. I think it does. Because there's still a connection with this person. It's just you're working very hard to be honest, yet not obliterate them with your honesty. So I think we're done. I think we're done. There we go. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.